Hello, everybody. I realized I pulled a fasty. I had my post waiting in hostage, waiting for waiting to post it. So, me bad. That was my fault. Anyway, hopefully you guys will come on. I wanted to kind of just take some time. I thought I'd talk a little bit. Well, let me just get organized here just a little bit. I made soup tonight, so I was a little late getting started off the get-go too. So it's corn chowder day. Anyway, so as you guys pop on, and if you don't, that's okay too. No judging, because I did do it late. It was just kind of one of those last few days. I wanted to kind of just reflect a little bit. I've put a lot of thought, and this is kind of like the theme, the mindfulness and intention, and they do actually, kind of go together. And, I had kind of like a whole written kind of idea of how I wanted to kind of do it, and I'm kind of throwing it out with the bath water here. Just really a lot of thoughts for me this last few days, how I felt very separate, very segregated with my business. Who am I? And mindfully really stepping back and asking who really am I? What do I want to represent for myself? I have myself, and I elaborated more and put in Lori Jean Steffen, and because I really do, I really enjoy my middle name, Jean, because it comes with a little family history over that. And I really embrace that family history of Jean and where it represented from. It came from my great auntie. And she was very much she was a trailblazer. She was one who was she became the mayor of a tiny little town. She spoke up. She was very political, very much an activist, and really fought for her people and her community, and what is going to serve them the best. And so honestly, I really enjoyed that aspect to her, and when I did know her and what I remember of her, she was a really well-spoken woman who loved and enjoyed her family, and she was a no-nonsense lady, but she would, give you, a shirt off her back. She would help you through like circumstances, and I really do enjoy that part of me. I don't think when I was little or much younger, I didn't enjoy my middle name. It didn't feel like it suited me at the time. Now I really feel, and I'm embracing that part of myself. So now as the new year, the 2026 is evolving, I'm reestablishing really who am I? And so Lori Jean Steffen was part of it. That's my account name. And then I really enjoy the elusive butterfly connection, and I really sat down, and the other side came through. Well, why don't you blend it? And I'm like, why would I do that? Like that? What, doesn't that confuse the matter? So I had to really do some reflecting, some real mindfulness for myself, and what is the intention behind everything that I'm doing, and so I really looked at how I'm going to do all that. What's it going to look like? And so I thought, well, I want to be present. I can't be two separates. I got to try and, I got to get a grasp on being very present in the moment of it. So how do I choose to move through that moment? And so, you know what? I played with it. I looked, I meditated. I went for, some walks. I, got grounded with nature, and I finally just said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'll put it together. I spent all my latter part of my evening, I asked my guides, I asked my spirit guides that I have, my team, what is that I need to do to make me feel whole? And this is a lot of letting go process for me, letting go of past behaviors again, past beliefs, past just old ideas, like what doesn't serve. What was right for one isn't right for everyone. And so, lots of people just have their own spiritual business and call it, their own full name or their one name, and or they call it a business name. Hello, Courtney. I see you. And I see Connie again, too. Thank you for both jumping on. I know, I was late again. I had it hanging out in my post and I forgot to poke it to say send. That's just kind of how my morning's been going. But there's been lots of mindfulness for me. And I'm hoping, you know, as I'm evolving too in mindfulness and intentions, that's what I thought that this, you know, this year is kind of representing as well too. It's all new beginnings, and where do we want to start? And so the blending of my Lori Jean Stephan and then in brackets elusive butterfly connection really made sense. And once I poked the button, once I poked the, you got to hold on just a moment. The dog is barking. Hang on. Monty, come. Get in. Nope. Nope. Bad manners. Nope. You can go in that way. Get in there. Yep. Sit down. Bad manner puppy. Sorry about your luck. Whoops. Hi back. Me bad. I had to, we have a guest here, and my son's friend comes here all the time, yet Monty, being the terrier he is, he has to bark every time Riley's upstairs, and no, it's not appropriate. He has to mind his manners too when there's guests here. So he is terrier, but a little less terrier would be lovely. Anyway, I apologize, but wanted to kind of get a handle on the situation. So, and I didn't want, I wanted to kind of do little changes at a time to what I was doing so I could still process as well too. Yeah, yeah, laugh out loud. Yeah, not sure who to be a little bit sad about Riley, who's trapped himself in the bathroom, or the dog that's staking his territory. Just the maleness. Just my household. It's just an ism household all over. So intention, and so I wanted to kind of establish for ourselves, what is, you know, what do you feel is what is the definition of mindfulness? What is the definition of intention? So, you know, and I can do that in reference to, you know, my business. Mindfully, I would like to blend me so I can feel whole. That's part of also the intention, why I blend, why they go so nicely together. It's like kind of like a nice partnership, but not like a marriage in bad terms. It's just, it's blending, it's whole, it's forging ahead and blazing a new path, and allowing that energy to have full movement. And what kind of person? I guess that's a good question. Haha. Because that was part of my deal too. What kind of person do I want to be in this situation? And that's something I think that we need to ask ourselves in mindfulness and in intention. What kind of person do I want to be in this situation? And it could be, you know, maybe we draw from patience. Maybe it's kindness. Maybe it's clarity. Maybe it's honesty. Maybe it's peace, the connection. Mindfulness, you know, it allows us to pause, and that's really truly what this whole year is just starting for us, is to taking that pause, taking that time to find that connection, taking that intention that allows us to choose. And that's really the intention that I placed in blending of the two. It feels like blending of the two souls coming together for me. Lori Jean Stephan meets elusive butterfly connection, and vice versa. Then the quirky part to this, I was out. I snorted. I was out and about. You know me. I got to go thrift. And if you don't, oh well. I thrift. I thrift a lot because I really do enjoy seeing all kinds of treasures that I may or may not take home. I'm a bit eclectic when it comes to that. So I was asking for a sign. Is this a great relation? Is this a great relationship? Hello, Donna. Hello, Ashley. Nice to see you. Thank you for popping on. And so when I was out thrifting before I picked up my daughter, now I do have to show and tell before we get into some of the meat and potatoes of everything. This is what I found. Watch for just a second. at the thrift store. Ready? Who knew that they make outfits in purple butterflies? It's a whole blouse, and it's white, it's flowy, it's got the purple butterflies. It's priceless. It's so me. So I can hardly wait to wear it. And then at the other store, I also picked up, it's actually the coordinating one. It's much too big for me, and I thought about it, and then the other side hit me. Yeah, I know. I'll take a picture when it's all put together, but there's more to it. So I went to the one thrift store, and it's only about 5 minutes from the other one. And lo and behold, the identical material, but it was used in a dress. So tomorrow I'm going to go back, because they were just closing and I couldn't get a chance to grab it. And so because it's too big and in an extra large, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my special skills of Tinkerbell, and I'm going to change it, and I'm going to make it into pants to coordinate with the top. And I thought, how delightful, and I can throw like a little purple throw over top, or a little lilac throw, and then that will kind of make it not so butterfly-y. But I thought, what are the odds you go from one thrift store and find that the white with the purple butterflies, and then go to the one 5 minutes around the corner, and it's the same material. Oh, the other side really works well in my department some days. It's like my morning walk today, and I was taking my cards out to to my walkabout. I wanted to go out and ground down and kind of just process all the things that I had started from last night, and worked diligently into like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, changing things and figuring out how to do it on Facebook. And so that was kind of my grounding down time walking. But thrifting also grounds me down too. I get into a different headspace. I get into creative mode. And so, and that's the kind of energy, part of this. Now I'm going to I'm going to go back to the spiritual mode as I bounce around. It's instead, the intention part is what we choose to bring to that space. Instead of reacting automatically, we ask ourselves, how do I want to show up today? That's setting intention. What energy do I want to bring in this moment? What kind of person do I want to be in this situation? And again, that's very big, and it goes back to all, those ideas, all those attachments that go with it. And that was part of my thing to do today, was to go out, and my intention, I wanted to show up today, I wanted to go out and ground down. Let it just digest, let it just process. Get outside, because I can't work all the time. I have to take that time, and that's something that you need to reflect on too. Going outside, bonding with nature. That's being very mindful and honoring of your space. Sometimes you need to let all that go and be part of the universe. Let them handle it. Let them just help you release what you don't want anymore. So the intention is also to honor your own self and what you need to do for you. And ask yourself, what intention? So this is a, kind of a quick little, question before I delve into some of the cards. Without mindfulness, sometimes we go on what I call it autopilot, where busy meets busy, and then busy and busy meets chaos. Then you get nothing done. And that's what I sense too, is that when I get busy, I can go at 100 miles an hour, but somewhere along the way, I got to ground down and grasp what I've been doing and breathe. Otherwise, your nervous system, it does this static electricity piece, and it gets frayed. And if we don't take that time in mindfulness and set our intentions to look after ourselves in self-care, self-worth, going out and just being, and I say that be and ing, it's two separate words, and not just one, your blending of your being and getting out as the action. It allows us to please pause, taking that deep breath in and just be. And that's part of the choice, the intention that we're delving into. And that's what this year of setting intentions for the beginning of our year, in 2026, this February, now we're going into March, is what are we choosing to bring forward? What are we choosing in intentions to move that along so that we can continue on? We're always going to be in spiritual growth, so get that's just in pay it no never mind. It doesn't matter at what level we are, we're always in movement. We're always in spiritual connection. When we pause, we become aware, and we gain the ability to move through our lives, or my life, with purpose rather than habit. And when it becomes habit, it's not so joyful anymore. It becomes a chore, and that's not where you want to be. So then you need to step back and evaluate, why am I not enjoying this? Why have I created a habit? Is that for, who is it for? Is it for me? Is it for others? Is it for a partner? Is it for friends, for coworkers? Those are the things, when that habit becomes unbearable or just kind of mundane, you need to step back and breathe and take just a moment to say to yourself, what is it that I need to change? Do I need to do a reset? And so practicing that slow breath for yourself is coming back to rhythm. Hello, Alana. Yay! Everybody's kind of jumping on. I know. I'm the blamer of all. I forgot to push the button that said post. I had it all set up. And that was my chaos morning. I was supposed to have somebody show up to pick up an item, and they didn't show up. They forgot. And it's like, well, why should I have to remember? So I learned a very valuable lesson. I won't alter my life. I will send an indicator in the morning, and if they don't show up, I'm not waiting anymore for them, because it was such a beautiful day today. I may have wanted to go to the ocean, just to go and be. That'll be my tomorrow's venture. I think that, my reset was for a little bit this morning, but I think I want to spend some little time, and maybe more so on the weekend when I got a bit more time. And so my intention then is to have a little peace, a little patience, take my journal out there. That's part of my intention as well. And finding yourself, what is it that you want to delve within, and take time for you to be in that, again, present moment. Intention gives us direction too. So journaling for me has been not so much habit in the morning now. It is becoming kind of like that mindful reset to get my day started, and then when I have that quiet time that I've carved for myself, that's an honorable thing for me, because then my whole day, hello Joanna, hello Pauline, and so when I'm getting up at 5:30 in the morning, my intention is, no, it's not a ghast. I quite like getting up at 5:30. I do my meditation. I get ready to do other things that I'm working on. I take time to journal. I take time to kind of have that nice coffee when I'm done. I go for either a walk, or I do some stretches and exercises. Those are all my morning intentions for me, to honor my own space so that I can forge ahead through my day with a clear space. And that's part of being, part of that is being empathy for myself too, is to say, you know what, it's okay. Take some space for you. And then that lets go of all, the things that I had gathered from the night before as well. Not saying that I didn't do that for bedtime, but it just still helps set my intention for the day. It seems less chaotic when I have that for me. So, so let's just take a moment to breathe. I think what... I think parts of your, the teacher in me is kicking in, and so are the guys, giving homework, and true for me too. Taking time to sit back, what is it that you notice? And, if you got a pen and paper handy, ask yourself, you know, some very open-ended questions. What do you need to be mindful for today? What do you need to take within you and write down one thing? You know, and what would be your intention to enjoy that mindfulness for yourself? It could be just anything. It was kind of like my video that I quickly did this morning, going out and going for just a walk, hugging a tree, feeling the grass. I know if you're in Alberta, it may be snow, so don't shoot me. We have green grass right now, and it's a little soggy, but it's still green, and little tiny snowdrops are popping through. You know, and it's a good thing I'm in BC. You guys cannot throw TV bricks at me through my little phone app. And so instead of reacting to what is going on in that moment, take time to reflect. Ask yourself, why did you react the way you did? And when you can flip that and identify it, then it becomes less chaotic in that moment. So, and breathing in and holding that space for yourself allows your body to do resets for yourself. So let's pull some cards. First, I thought, well, I've got about 4 decks here that I thought I'd kind of jump into. And at the end, then I thought maybe we'll do just a quick little touch base and a reflection and see where we're at with that. But I welcome you all to, just before we jump into the cards, thank you, each of you that maybe popped on to my Facebook, onto my Laura Jean Stephan page, and then saw what I had pinned at the top. That was really, I really enjoyed writing that piece. And then directing you into like the Elusive Butterfly Connection page. Also, that's going to be my events, my workshops, things that I'm doing, and my hosting. And then one works with the other. So again, it's that blending of the two. So, and I did a little write-up for the Elusive Butterfly one as well, too, for Elusive Butterfly Connection as well, to invite each of you, you know, to drop me a message, to touch base with me, you know, and if you just wanted to share one thing on my messenger, you are so welcome to do that. And you know, and stay tuned, because I'm still, you know, I got some more things to add to it, but this helps me, I think, understand as I move forward what I want to do, like even on my Instagram. Do I change that up a little bit? Probably not, but then, you know, then I'm going to add on like things like, okay, Substack, woohoo, look at me go, or, and I guess possibly TikTok. Those, that one's going to be, I'll have to read a little bit how to do that one, but it's all worth in the end. And it's all part of what I'm enjoying to do. How do I, you know, how do I reach the many? And how do the many reach me? And that's part of my commitment to myself, is putting myself out there more. That's my mindfulness and my intention. So my intention is to be more resourceful. And I miss teaching. And I would like to get back into that, whether it's online or creating courses that each of you can take on, you know, self-paced or with a group, or, you know, if you're on the island, feel free to come and visit, and to be able to evolve as you're going along, to watch you in your journey, and to watch you grow, and watch me grow with you, because you know, we do it in pairing, blending as well too. When things happen for you, they're happening for me. There's a lot of parallels that go on. So thank you each for popping on to have a look and sharing the journey with me. It is very, I'm very honored, and I'm very grateful. And so to each of you, you know, without you, I wouldn't be able to connect with anybody online. It would feel very lonely, and so I'm just very, very touched. So I'm going to do some cards. Let me take a quick drink. The good old water bottle. All right. So with some intentions, mindfulness, and I don't know who this is going out to, but I'm going to draw it, and whoever feels it's for. If you feel like you want to leave a message, I am not going to call anybody's name out that I'm drawing a card specifically for you, but, you know, I think what I'd like to do is each of you who have an intention, think put it out there, connect with the universe, connect with your spirit guides, send those thoughts out. What do you want to know? It's kind of like for me when I do, when I set my intention for my drawing a card, there has to be a thought process of what I'm asking for prior to me wanting to draw the cards. Otherwise, it becomes just a hit and a miss. You know, I can do a general, what am I supposed to look at today? So what is in your highest good today is usually what I ask for. What is in my highest good? So putting thoughts out to the universe, you will get what you need. That's part of the lesson, too. You got to ask for it, too. If you've asked for nothing and no intention, don't be surprised if you get nothing. I've learned that lesson. And it's not so much be careful what you ask for. That has nothing to do with it. It's, you know, if you're delving into being very mean-spirited, fine, yeah. But I don't go there. To me, choose wisely. What is it that you'd like? What would be in your highest good, you know, in this moment in time? That's how the universe works. That's how your spirit team works. Oh, aha! All right, protecting treasure. So this is about, well, she's sitting on her little treasure chest, and she's got her umbrella, and she's holding on to everything near and dear. This is actually, you know, you're holding on to your gifts. What are you willing to let go, to let your gifts out? You can't keep them all squirreled away forever. Otherwise, they always stay in your treasure chest. So this is about being open. This is about letting others know how special and how wonderful you are, and getting past your fears of holding on to your gifts and treasures, because why would they, what do they serve if they're only in your treasure chest? And to me, you have a lot to offer. Each of you have so much to offer, not just one, but many. And that's part of open your treasure box. You can't leave it closed all the time. You have so many things to be happy about, so many things that you know that can help somebody else. And maybe it's just one little smile. Maybe that's your gift. Maybe your light sense of humor helps somebody out of a deep funk. Know that you have value. That's what this is about. Every one of us have value within, that's called our treasure. It's about unlocking your higher self, your own gifts that you have within you. So whoever this is for, unlock your gifts. If it's for, you know, I'm not going to pin it on anybody, but take it and run with it. So this is for you. So I'm going to do a few more from Colette's. This is her wisdom ones, I think. No, not her wisdoms. Oh, there goes another one. Oh, maybe two. See, there's our two. Strength and spark. Now, it was interesting because strength and spark really do kind of go together. They, in order to gain either one, they work in balance. So one is 44 number, and the other is 34. Interesting. 7 and 8. So succession. And so from your treasure chest, which is the original card too, and holding on to your gifts, know that you have the strength to move forward. Don't sit on everything like in your treasure chest. Move forward, gain the momentum, set your intentions, and go with it. You have so much to offer. That's a spark card. In your strength, that, you know, you have so much to offer the world, the universe, your partners, your friends. Know that you have value again and strength within you to move past whatever that situation is. If you think it's that tough, then here's the deal for you. You know what? You've got strength. I didn't think I had strength to do the things that I had to do, to move past in 2016, to move to another province, to start all over again from scratch, being on the road Western Canada wide and going from place to place to place. Holy mackerel, and setting up a little tent gazebo everywhere we went in some little gas station alley. You know, that provided me my learning, my strength of where I wanted to go in my life. And I didn't have a choice. I needed to put food on the table and a roof over my head for myself and the kids. It was just a gimme. And by God's good graces, somebody gave up their spot for me on at these fairs, these events. And out of there, I found strength. So no, you will find it in your reserves. You will find it in some corner, and it will surprise you. And when you find your strength, you gather your spark. It's like igniting. And so if you're feeling kind of low and you don't have, and you're, you know, just sad, or you're questioning, or know that once you decide what that one strength is for you that you have, and each of you do, so don't you deny it, that there's also the ignition, which is the action card, the spark that gets your strength even more going. And so for me, as I refer to me, because that's, you know, it allowed me to spark my business, to spark my workshops, and in every facet I can see where I've headed, and then took a bit of a rest or a reset. And so now the spark is going again for me to say, okay, I'm sparking more events, I'm talking to more people, I'm going to a business at a crystal store to go do readings, and taking risks to get that going for myself. So what in your life do you need to take a risk with as well too, to get that momentum going, which is again 2026, the year of the horse. It's that movement, moving more forward, bringing joy. Okay. Hello. Oh, hello, Suzanne. It has been a while. Nice to see you jump on. And I see Charlene on. Nice to see you too, from hometown area. Thank you for jumping on. I hope you're going to enjoy. I'm just drawing some cards first, and if you've missed the first little bit, we were talking about mindfulness, and we were talking about how that blends so nicely with intention. And again too, mindfulness too and intention is with the cards as well too, with our oracle cards, or if you ever work and pull, you know, tarot cards, there's always an intention behind it. What is in my highest good? Oh, there goes another one. Look at me go. Golden Palace. So this is about sitting on your golden throne. It's your reward at the end of the day. The Golden Palace for me is how, sitting in your ray of sunshine. You know, the universe is, you know, providing. It's feeling good about yourself, and nothing else matters at the end of the day. Somebody could try and, you know, kick your door down and say, you know, and complain or do whatever. That's their stuff. Stop it. You know what? This is your time. This is where you get to be you and your own unique you. And so sitting in your golden palace is exactly where you need to be, and exactly where you need to go. And it's about protection too. You know, you're shining your light through being very centered, very focused in your golden palace. So I don't know who this is all for, but we'll just keep drawing. Oh, they're telling me to hit the other one. These are ones I don't usually do, but they're kind of cute. They're so me. They're a fairy pixie one, and they have little messages on them as opposed to. So let's kind of lighten that up a little bit and go this way. So sometimes I need a little lightening because I can get really heavy too. I talk to my kids about all kinds of things, politics and, you know, government stuff, and I'm steeped in it because both my one's in university here at home, the other's in, you know, high school still, and, you know, and there's a lot of paperwork with everything that I do, and sometimes at the end of the day, I end up doing, you know, the government's job for them because they don't get it. They get paid big money for things that, you know, then I gotta ask the hard questions so that I can flush out what's actually being said because they were a bit evasive. Oh, look. A whole mittful. We don't need the whole mittful. So yes, I'm steeped in it all the time, and it's just finding my natural balance at the end, what I'm willing to take on and what I'm not. But it's also calling people up on their stuff too, if they haven't done their job, and it affects, you know, what's going on with my children, and what they need to do for university or for school. You know, I have to step up to the plate. Okay, so this one's called, and it's number 4 again. We hit the double 4s earlier, and then a 3-4. The Pixie. Summer. There are signposts on the enchanted path. Predictions visibly manifest. So it's a longer card. They're just based differently. So here he is on his great adventure. And so manifesting too is about setting your intention. And what is it that you want? What do you desire? What is in your highest good? And allowing that to happen. And that's where a lot of this is coming into play now. And the Pixie, it's asking for messages. Like, what are you willing to look at? So setting intention, you know, asking. If you're asking for a sign, you know, some people put a manifestation out there and ask for, you know, sometimes dimes or feathers or whatever you feel is your sign. Or maybe you hear a song. Like the other day I was going through my meditation, and then the song the Chandelles came on. And that was my message to me. And it's like, so I had to kind of decipher that within me, because I could hear this coming through. And I get a lot sometimes with songs and words that come through. And it's the, you know, it's the spirit guides, the other side. The universe is trying to tell me what I need to look at and to watch for those signs. And so that was a lot of joy too, going back and reminiscing, you know, because the Chandelles, the song, represented like teenage love. Don't hide behind all that, step more forward. So that's what this, you know, this is. Recognize the signs that are coming, and don't be afraid to ask for a sign. It could be a peach colored feather for all. You know, what are you needing to stop? Be mindful, set your intention, and breathe. And look around, because when you get to that time to recognize them, when you slow down and you breathe, that's when you notice the whispers, the recognition, the little voices that come through, or that gut instinct that sends butterflies in your stomach. That's really truly what it is at the end of the day, recognizing the signs. But if you don't slow down from busy chaos, you miss the signs. And so you may miss an opportunity, but missed opportunities are always another take. So there's never a mistake. It's always another take when it comes to that. So not sure who that one's for, but we'll draw one more from this one because it's a cute deck. And why not? I like it when they fall out. This one's the Fairy Godmother. Oh boy. Winter, celestial fairy forces wave a magic wand. Well, that one really brings heartstrings to me, because honestly, it's an anniversary date for me, and the Fairy Godmother is my friend Trish. And when she passed March the 9th, this was, we always called her the Fairy Godmother because she's the godmother of my kids. Well, mostly my daughter, but she took on my son as well too. And very dearly missed, but I know that she's around all the time because she, you know, she leaves signs and symbols and things that I like, songs, to recognize that she's present. And so more significant this week, because on the Monday, that's when, you know, the passing, the anniversary. And I celebrate it. I go to the water, I go and enjoy, and I take my journal and have just my own time. And so what is it that you are looking at for you? So what do you need to go outside and wave your magic wand and make fun, having joy, you know, looking at your inner child and reflecting on that. This is a time of again, really looking, you know, within and going, what do you want to do? What's your intention again? What do you want to bring more forward? And write it out. If it just stays here in the ethers, it's not, you have to bring it to fruition. Thought is great, but writing or journaling or videoing what it is, or drawing or cutting color and paper and glue, whatever your intention is, or little bubbles, or writing ink spot notes. You need to get those thoughts out that the other side and your spirit guides are aligning you with, so that they become more visual for you. And that's how manifesting appears for you. Okay, let's go with this one. This is my tried and true, my Denise Lynn group. I'm just going to put the Froggy and the Fairies over here for just a minute. I'm sure they will blend some more. I like Denise Lynn's cards. I like the artwork on them. They're some of my favorite ones. Who's this card for? Universe. Oh! I'll just put them both back. That was kind of mean. Okay. Well, it didn't fly out. Beauty. And so that does resonate with what we're talking about, beauty. Feeling good about self. Going out and acknowledge the fact of, you know what, paint your nails. Have a long, hot bath. Go for a little walk. Do a little drawing. What's the beauty? Dressing up, finding, for me, finding the butterfly shirt today and the other outfit that I'm going to bring it home, and I'm going to restructure it into probably just a nice skirt or pants that will go with it. That's the beauty. Where's the creativity? Female energy. It doesn't mean that you're just female, but the creative part of ourselves, which comes in on the left side, right side is a male, left side female, is acknowledging the fact of bringing balance back into yourself. What do you need to bring back into balance, into the creative side for yourself? Do you knit? Do you do photography? Do you like to join groups of, to go out to do, a tea with a friend? That's the part of the beauty, is acknowledging the fact that you matter. Be vulnerable for a moment. That's part of recognizing that that part of you. So that's the beauty within you. Okay. There's 2. I just can't get away from the 2. So this is on toadstools. Oh, see, another 44, and it's on growth. Well, in toadstools, they do grow. They go from little teeny guys to great big ones. And so they expand. And then also with growth too, they spread their wings and they spread their spores. And so this is very, very probably appropriate for this March is, expansion, which is what this next card is. I didn't even read it. Spirit Guardian of Summer. See, that's 2 with the summer. That was from the fairy ones. And again, into expansion. Who knew? Gotta love it when the other side comes through and starts just lining them all up. I love the alignment. And so, again, so what are you willing to expand for you? Is expansion about business? Is expansion about movement, moving? Is it relocating to another place? Because that's also about growth. It's about spreading your wings. It's where do you want to delve into? An expansion could be maybe taking a class in spirituality. It could be maybe taking a class in English or math, or it could be, expansion could be, it's all about your knowledge. What do you want to bring to the table for you? To maybe it's reading a book. Just sitting and doing nothing is not expansion, but getting out intentionally and allowing your fruit, which is what's over here, to grow, which is what this growth card is about. Feel free to grow, because every day you wake up, it's growth. It's like you're peeling another layer off. That's very interesting that they both came together. Just know I do have fun times when I put my cards away at the end of the night, because they're everywhere. And I enjoy it, because then they're utilized. They're meant for growth for everybody. And so when I get to use all the different decks, and I've got like, oh my goodness, I've got like 40 plus decks. And today I was looking at some other decks, but I didn't choose one yet. I'll wait for them to choose me. When it's ready, they'll pop out, and I walk by, and it'll fall off a shelf, or somebody, it's like a look, and I can see, and it sticks out. setting my intentions. And, you know, if you have your own cards, too, it's kind of nice to find, you know, to play with them. So, whoever this card is for, this is, well, it's the eagle spirit, and freedom. And honestly, so this is about spreading your wings, and eagles are very powerful. I got a piece of hair here. And they're shapeshifters. They move from one space to another space. They also are protectors as well too. And when you see eagles, it's a very they're very sacred, not only to, you know, to First Nations, but to the area itself, because they're protecting the area, they're protecting you. That's their important job. But it gives you the eagle is about if they're flying with freedom. Their wings are unbelievably huge. So what in your life do you want to take and be more free with? Walking the path more, taking, you know, the time to talk to somebody. Maybe it's reflecting within yourself that you want more freedom for you and you're feeling very tied. So the freedom card is make your wings soar, because you have the power to change. You have the power to have the freedom because the eagle sits beside you. So, and I have eagles that sit outside the place we rent has got lots of these trees in the back and a creek, and every once in a while I'll see, and the eagle will park, and know exactly where he is in the moment, because there's this big stick off one of the trees, and they're majestic and so regal. And then when they get up and fly, it's just like you can hear the wings just swoop and go. And that's really where we're at right now, too. Each and every one of you are at a precipice where you're getting ready to soar. And so freedom is coming for each of you. So last kind of few cards. These are the other Denise Lynn cards. I do like her cards. She has a new set, and they're called Alice in Wonderland. I'm like, oh, that would be a big stretch for me. They're very playful. They're quite interesting. These ones are a bit stickier. They're shiny. Oh, there goes one. Accepting what is. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. So again, now I go back to the Palace card. So this is all kind of a theme that they're working on from the other side for each of you. So what are your hidden talents, the white rose? What do you feel very important for yourself that you need to bring forward? Your treasures, and embracing too your beauty within you. At the end of the day, it's important for you to know that you matter, and being vulnerable is okay, because that's about growth too. So forging ahead, it's recognizing it isn't just whatever, recognizing your patterns, recognizing what doesn't serve you anymore, what do you want to let go of to bring that best part of you more forward. Don't be so hard on yourself. I am my own worst enemy. I can be very hard on myself some days because I expect myself to do more than anybody else. I'm a one-person show. I'm a single parent with 2 kids, and I have to do it all. Self-employed, I'm the mom, I'm the everything. I organize their school, they're coordinating with, you know, different organizations, or getting them to a project. So I need to honor myself too, to step back from the situation and accept that, okay, that's just what it is right now, but it'll change. And little by little, I get more freedom out of the deal too, as they, you know, get a little older. But it doesn't mean that my motherhood is canceled. It just means it's changing. So I just have to think differently in that manner. But they also need to spread their wings and have freedom too, because that's their growth, and I don't want to take that away, no matter how hard I might miss it. It's just a different miss. So enjoy. If you have questions, I'm going to take just a couple minutes just to kind of ground down, and I want us to kind of breathe through and take a moment to reflect. And if you're up for it, to go find a cozy place, because what I can do is a quick little meditation before we end to reflect. And And if you guys need to reach out to me after because you have a question, please, by all means, reach out. You can either reach for me on Messenger, my cell phone. Also, I think I've put it in the Facebook thing too, or by email. Whatever is most convenient for you that you feel is, if you need to have a question answered. So I want everybody to sit, find a blanket, close your eyes, and I want you to start to take a deep breath in and hold. Let it all go. Breathe it out. One for body. Deep breath in for mind. Hold. Breath out. Another deep breath in for spirit. Hold. And deep breath out. Let it all go. And I want you to intentionally place your energy with your hand over your heart. And I want you to feel how you're breathing. Are you breathing up high? Or are you breathing a bit lower? But I want you to move your hand, if it's up high, to just lower into your stomach. And breathing in, hold, and breathing out. Feeling that breath come from the belly, from the deep belly parts. Deep breath in, and hold, and breath out. And again, find your rhythm. Breath in and hold and out. Breath in and hold and out. And as you gain your own rhythm, closing your eyes, feel the energy from the earth come right through the feet and the toes and the legs. Feel it come up through your knees and your upper thighs. And again, rhythm and breathing. Don't forget to breathe in between all this. And bring that energy, the white light, and the earth energy up through your tummy, through your lower back, finding a rhythm of breath. Breath out, and feeling the earth energy move up through your chest and your heart, and using the word of expansion, expand that energy out further, surrounding you, feeling it fill up space, breathing in and breathing out, feeling your arms fill up that space. The energy, the earth energy coming and wrapping its arms around you with warmth, with the golden light, and moving that energy up through your shoulders and breathing in with the rhythm. Give it a moment. Feeling all that heaviness on our shoulders doesn't serve us anymore. I want you to take and just melt it away with that warm, gentle energies from the earth, surrounding with the golden light. And then have that energy move up through your throat, feeling that earth energy warm you around the face and the nose and the eyes, filling it, all the space around your head and your ears, and just feeling all the energy, all the white light melting and moving energy that doesn't serve you anymore. Feeling that connection rise up, which is where you want to be, connecting to what you would call your universe or creator, or the source or God, or bringing that energy up to your angels and your guides. This is for you. Feel that oneness. Feel that energy just radiate from the universe, creator, back through your body, through the top of your head, the crown, and blending with the earth energy, feeling it pulsing and expanding together. Find your rhythm and take a moment, breathing in and breathing out. And bring your attention to this moment. What intention do you want to carry into the rest of your day? Ask if it's for peace, patience, or simply being present. And as in your closing meditation, just a short one, mindfulness brings us into the present moment. Intention gives that moment direction. When we live with both, life becomes less about reacting and more about consciously creating the energy we want to live in. Intention guides how we move through it. Together with the blending, it allows you to live with purpose. Find your purpose. Find your calm and find your flow. And when you're ready, and you don't have to write anything down, just be in it. Allow the energy to flow. Start to feel the energy come back to present, where you feel the energy, you're coming a little bit alive, awake, feeling your feet wiggling, feel your hands wiggling, feeling your body just kind of swaying back and forth to bring yourself to present again. Feeling lighter, feeling more present and calm, feeling you have, your mindful moment in this moment in time, this second, and know that, you matter. Bringing joy to your life, bringing peace. And when you're ready, take one big deep breath in, hold, and let whatever else doesn't serve you go. And so with that, take some time to process, and I want to thank each and every one of you for engaging today and listening as I prattle on in some of my adventures. And it's a great honor to talk on lives to each and every one of you. So thank you for being here for me. Take care, and I'll let you go. Pour yourselves a cup of tea and sit and enjoy your evening. And bless you each and every one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care.